Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone and rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Knowers of the gospel, bro, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Man, you women are through. You Keishas, you so-called black women, you are through. All right, I was watching the beginning of this video. One dude was like, winter is here, because, you know, the beloved Kevin Samuels, he mentioned that winter is going to come early for you women. And a lot of you women are getting ready to lose, man. Lose, and you are already losing because you got this thing called the passport, bro. This is from my man, Destro Reborn. Like, I love his videos, man. It's just, because it's on point. He's basically making mockery of these women. But which just shows you that Isaiah 4:1 is going to come to pass on his side. All right? Because don't nobody want you so-called black women. Okay? You're combative. You fake. You got attitude problem. Your attitude is all fucked up. All right? Your attitude is fucked up. You're very entitled. And at the end of the day, you're just undesirable. And you're finding that out, that you're the least desired woman on the planet Earth, man. And if a man do deal with you, count yourself lucky. Because I'll be real with you, man. Dealing with so-called black women is just for recreational purposes only, because they're not wifey material. You know, now I'm not gonna lie and say that you don't have decent sisters out there, because you do got some decent sisters out there, and you know, I know that for a fact. You know, I do know that, and you know, just off different testimonies, there are a handful of sisters out there that seem to get it and that will come into the light. But as a collective of you hood rats, don't nobody fucking want your ass, man. And this is why, hey, a lot of you have these careers. You know, you're nurses, you're making $90,000 a year, you living alone with a goddamn poodle in a 3-bedroom house, and you just looking for a man to lay up with, man. Because you can't find a man and you can't keep him. Because all the artificial bullshit you've been feeding yourselves over the last 50, 60 years, man. Through talk shows, through Wendy Williams, through the Kardashians, you know, all this folly that they put in TV in front of you. You've totally adopted the mindset that totally ruins your relationships with your men. And this is why your men are going overseas and they're getting with that fine, wholesome Edomite woman, man. And that Edomite fucking woman is fine, man, all right? And I'm talking about the ones overseas because, I mean, honestly speaking, you got some trash-ass Edomite women here in America, man. I mean, they act just like the black woman. Okay, now maybe, you know, in different areas, but Kansas City, the Edomite woman in Kansas City, she ain't really worth shit. Because for one thing, they're dime a dozen, and they're abundant out here. I mean, there's a lot of snow out here. But Kansas City is one of them cities that is a smaller city, even though it's pretty big, but it's small. But it's a very woke culture here, and it's a lot of feminism that goes on here. So a lot of times these Edomite women down here, they act just like the fucking black woman. They proud, they're stuck up. And a lot of it is because they got a lot of these niggas kissing their ass. But even then, I still choose that Edomite woman over you Jake women any goddamn day. All right, and I say that because, like my man Mighty Merch said, he said, look, man, you get that white woman, man. When you take the enemy's woman, that lets you know that the enemy is going down. Okay, it's not that we have this type of affinity obsession with Edomite women. No, we don't really give a fuck about Edomite women, but it's just the fact that we can do what we want to do with them. And honestly speaking, we could throw it in their men's face. Because it's been countless of times, man, we done chilled out, we done been in venues, Edomite women that came up and sat on our laps and shit. I mean, feeling on us and kissing on us and all kinds of shit. And they men, they can't do nothing about it. You know, they can't do a damn thing about it, man. You know? So these are the times we living in. But I'm going to play a couple of minutes of this video. Fair use, fair use. I'm not making any money for this. This is just educational purposes only to edify our audience based on biblical eschatology or the biblical end times. All right? So with that, here we go.
So I'm visiting my girlfriend in Germany right now. We're at this cafe. About to try...
This is good.
So I'm visiting my girlfriend in Germany right now. We're at this cafe. About to try
German cake.
German cake for the first time.
It's like it's a dried dough or a dried cake, and there's some like almonds in it, and it's like with yeast, made out of yeast and milk, probably an egg.
That's good. All right.
He's gonna try it.
But the only thing though with that is that, see, you got a lot of American men that go over to these different countries and then they turn them women into feminists, because the American Jake male, and just period, the American man has been led by emotion to believe that the woman should be in power. So a lot of times they go over there and they do all this extra shit where they don't have to do it, because the women naturally want you, man. You a Jake, the woman wants you, man. So you ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta go to Germany and spend thousands of dollars on her. She gonna spend money on you. She gonna front the bill, bro. You know, she's gonna do what she's gotta do. She's gonna make sure you taken care of, especially when you go to the likes of Thailand, or you go over there to Brazil, the DR, or you go down to the Philippines, which me myself, I wouldn't mind taking a trip to Thailand or Philippines, honestly speaking. You know, shit, that may be on my bucket list, Lord's will, before this place is destroyed, to go spend a week in Thailand just to see what it's like, you know. But I ain't gonna lie, brothers gonna have to come and get my ass, man. Like, yeah, nigga, you got camp on Saturday, bro. You need to get back over here and do what you gotta do. Cause I was talking to the bro last night, man. We was talking about going down to Miami and shit. He like, man, if I get some of that Miami ordeal, he said, man, hey, bro, I don't know if I'm gonna come back to this motherfucker, man. It's just a little inside joke, you know. But overall, you know, we got bigger fish to fry, and at the end of the day, we're gonna get all these women, because we're gonna be the creme de la creme. We're gonna be the ones that rise from the ashes, so to speak. Okay, because even though this guy, he got some nice, wholesome German Edomite woman, he's not a high value man. Okay, you can see it in his spirit. He's soft, he's feminine. You know what I'm saying? He don't understand the ruling class mentality. He's not masculine. He just doesn't have a masculine aura to me, you know? He don't have that masculine frame, that masculine dominant. He doesn't have that intimidating factor about him. And that's really what women want. So a guy like this, when hell break loose, he won't be able to protect women. And they'll run right past him, because women are going to gravitate to the highest value man, because women are hypergamous like that. So by default, brothers, all these women, they gonna come to us, and you can start. You see it now. You know, Keisha be thirsty, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes if I feel like entertaining Keisha, just depends on how I feel. You know, I talk to her. You know, and see what it is, because honestly speaking, I just want one thing from her any goddamn way. I don't want to marry her. I don't want to be in a relationship with her. You know what I'm saying? Because I know she's not wifey material. I just know that just off the strength of her talking. You know, it takes me 5 to 10 minutes to understand who a person and what their mind works. And then I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm cool. But, you know, we can hang out, we can do this, and we can be cool and do X, Y, and Z till the shit runs sour. And that's just where I'm at with it, because I'm not finna marry these women, bro. For what? They ain't right. So?
And it's like with yeast, made out of yeast and milk, probably an egg.
That's good. All right.
He's gonna try it. Let's see what he's
Oh, it was good, like immediately. Wow.
You like it?
Yeah, that was sweet.
It's nice and sweet, yeah. With some sugar on top.
And you black women that try to travel abroad like this, you don't have the same success. Okay, you don't have the same success stories. You go over there and you get totally shitted on, because you realize that nobody wants to deal with you. Okay, you got a chick from Houston that go over there to Dubai, where they get duplicated on and all that other stuff. And she goes over there playing that boss bitch role. They look at you and they walk right past your ass, because for one thing, you look like you're not even natural. You have a whole artificial personality, from your personality to your wigs, to your BBLs, to your lip fillers, to everything about you is just fake. And men in other countries see right through that shit. So, you black women, you're not looking too good right now.
Maybe. Or is it honey?
I don't know. I don't want to drop it in the tea.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. All right, you want to try it?
It's like moist, kind of.
Man.
It's dry but moist. No, thank you.
Oh.
I already know how it tastes.
Well,
Yes, we like it moist and tight. It's truly a glorious time, my brothers. For we are alive to witness the fall of the masculine independent woman. death of chivalry, man has regained his right to be selfish. The freedom to choose the best option, not the right option. Think about that for a second. Let it marinate in your consciousness. I want you to look upon the face of peace. Look upon a man that has seemed to have been sexually exhausted by this woman and has to refuel on zinc, ginseng root, and German pastries to survive the night. Ask yourself, when was the last time you looked like this? When is the last time you looked like our passport brother here that bathes in the German springs of Valhalla? Look at him, drained of all aggression and anxiety, at full equilibrium. The image is so symbolic to your grace because he's literally having his cake and eating it too. Do you not deserve such treatment? Are you not worthy of air whispers, sexual innuendo, and moist German cake? Blasphemous. For you are man, and the world is your playground. Yes, I say it. It's time you man up and entertain such entitlement. It's time you cast out these succubus demons and demented vagabond women. But most importantly, maybe it's time you give oligarchy a try.
Have you ever wondered why we are paid every 2 weeks when we work every day? With EarnIn, you can access.
We need men that's going to provide. We need men that's going to lead us like the Bible said. We don't need men.
You see, but you got this fake ass hair weave, hair hat wearing, makeup driven, eyelash wearing demon right here talking about we need men to do this and that. How about you exercise what the Bible says and shut the hell up? How about that? How about you start with shutting your damn mouth like the scriptures say? Because you black women, man, you like to throw out a lot of cards when you don't have the fucking hand to play the deck, man. Okay, you literally are a 2 at best, and you trying to play in the league of on a scale of 10, and you literally a 2. You don't have the means, like your careers, your money. We don't care about that shit. Men don't care about that, man. Okay, men don't care about your money, your wealth, man. And that's the first thing. That's how you know that a chick is low level. A Jake chick is low level, because the first thing they do is throw their careers in your face. Now, you don't hear the white woman doing that, but the Jake woman and the Hispanic woman, they thrive themselves off their career because they have nothing else. That's why Isaiah 4:1 is getting ready to, they getting ready to lose, man. They're already losing. All right, because honestly speaking, I ignore their ass, man. For real, like, we went to a spot maybe 2 weeks ago, and, you know, me and a brother, we just went out, we were just chilling. I mean, chicks literally bumping our table to get our attention type shit, and we wouldn't even pay them no mind. I'm like, the fuck, like, but the minute you try to talk to one of them, they try to act nasty with you. You know? But anyway, let's go over here to the book of Isaiah. Matter of fact, let's go Isaiah 32. And I'm going to start at verses 2. And it says, and a man should be a hiding place from the wind and a cover from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And y'all finding that out, that men are actually the prize. For one thing, y'all outnumber us 7-1. Okay, it ain't too much of a prize if you can get, if it's not a rare commodity. Like, you got precious rubies and jewels and red rubies and black diamonds, but you have an abundance of just actual diamonds. So which one is more rare? Typical diamonds or precious or like precious rubies? The rubies will be more valuable because they're high in demand, and they have less of or they're not high. I mean, they're high in demand, and they're not in extreme quantity. So therefore, to supply and demand a rare product is going to cost a little bit more money. It's going to have a higher tag on it, man. And that's how the men are. And really the men of the Lord, because honestly speaking, even though Jake is making moves and they're walking away from these Keishas and all that other stuff, at the end of the day, they're not high value men because they don't have Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right. And you women, you think that a man that got money, he's tall, 6'5", 6-pack, dark chocolate, or light skin with hazel eyes and dark hair, drive a Bentley, you know, make good money. You think that's considered a high value man because of his possessions, but that don't make you a high value man. What makes you a high value man is having the scriptures, having an understanding, wisdom, and knowledge of Yahweh Bashim and Yahweh Shai. That's what makes you a high value man. And when shit hits the fan and when push comes to shove, y'all gonna find out that these men that y'all been chasing, the 20% of the 80% of you women are trying to be with, you're gonna find out that they were never high value, but the men of the Lord is gonna be the high value ones. And you're gonna be trying to hunt us down, man. But a lot of brothers are gonna reject you because, you know, hey, we ain't playing that, oh, now I wanna hop on your team type shit. No, bitch. Where the fuck was you at when you had all these other options? Why didn't you choose the right option the first time? So we ain't playing that game, man. But it says, and a man should be as a hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of waters in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And it says, and the eyes of them that should see him should not be dim, and the ears of them that hear should be hearkened. And the heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge, and the tongue of the stammerer should be ready to speak plainly, all right? So that's where we're at. And you're going to see a transition of the men of the Most High. As this system evolves, our value is going to increase more and more, okay?
Making up excuses and trying to compete with women. We need men to step up, step up and even take care of you and your other man's kids sometimes. People make mistakes and we need men to understand that and to be God-fearing and have a woman up under their arm and protect us from everything. We don't need the...
We ain't got to protect you because you're independent. Remember, you were independent. You didn't need a man. You make more money. We were dusties. We don't need you. You don't need us. Stand up for yourself. And this is why when a lot of you get unalived, no man is there to help you. A lot of you be getting unalived right in front of men. But men ain't simple like that no more. Okay, back in the day, you would put hands on a woman, every nigga was ready to beat you up. But now, hey, you got men literally beating the shit out their women in fucking public, and men are just sitting there filming it. And she's looking, why aren't you helping me? You looking like, look, I don't know you, bitch. So you're losing your protection, man.
Judgment, we need to be saved.
2 hours later.
Men, please, talk to us. My brothers, talk to us and tell us what we doing. I want to know. I want to listen. I listen. Tell me so I can tell the rest of us. So I can tell my sisters what we need to fix. If you don't talk to us, how are we going to know? Like, I need you to really be genuine about it. Like, just take some time to think about it and reply to this. I want to know, what can we do to fix this? Because you are for me, I am for you. You are the king and I am the queen. I am your helpmate. I was made for you. I'm not supposed to be your enemy. You know what I mean? We're together. We're a team. So respectfully, I want to know, what is the issue? And I want it to be fixed. Start with me. Please tell me how I can fix it. What I need to do. So I can let the rest of them know what we got to do.
But we've been telling you this. We've been telling you, watch your attitude, change your mindset, change your fucking diet, watch your mouth, submit, honor, cherish, respect, and let your man be a man. We've been telling you this, man. But see, after 4 or 5 kids later and after 300 men later, now you want to come to your senses? No, you have nothing to offer me at this point. So yeah, they say, oh, y'all sassy. You goddamn right. You sassy, nigga. All right. But anyway, I'm going to go down. Isaiah 9, 3:32 and 9. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease, and hear the voice, ye careless daughters, and give ear unto my speech. And what's the speech of the Heavenly Father? The men of the Lord. All right. The apostles and elders have been bringing this out. They was considered, and I wouldn't even call them red pill. That's such an insult to such great men, But they through the apostles and elders, a great millstone and their leaders, this is where the red pill stuff come from. Because we're not red pill guys. We don't subscribe to that. That's folly. But the concept of it comes from the Israelites because it's in the Bible. Like Kevin Samuels, this guy Destro, these dudes wouldn't be existing if it wasn't for the elders and the apostles, man. But when we was getting on women as hard, we was getting cursed out, we was getting threatened. People didn't want to deal with us. But since the Lord has opened up the platform, like the scripture say in the Apocrypha, that the book should be open and they should begin all together to see. The Lord has put the spirit on these different men in these red pill communities to spread certain truths about what's really happening in the world. And now it's getting the attention of everybody. Because as much as women try to turn their nose up against us and act like we don't exist, we do the same thing. Like, I don't make eye contact with Keisha like that. And if I do, you know what I'm saying, I'll fuck with her head and I won't say nothing to her. I'll look at her and she'll look back and she'll signal me, but I would never go over there and talk to her. Like, I'm at the point, you got to come and talk to me. If you want me to talk to you, you got to be you got to show overly interest, because I'm not finna waste my time and go have a conversation with you just so you can size me up based on what the fuck you expect. It's not going to happen. You know, so it's a game, man, they like to play. You got to play that shit right back with them sometimes. But it says here, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the venture shall fail and the gathering shall not come. And hey, the food stamps, the child support, all this shit is getting ready to run dry. All right. And hey, guess what? You ain't gonna have no hope, no protection, no help. Hence, you're gonna be looking for men to come under. So I guarantee you, in that day, you're gonna be willing to share man. You're gonna be willing to share your Israelite man that day. For those of you women out there that gave brothers shit because they teach in the scriptures that it's lawful to have another wife. You know, all you that bucked up against that, eventually you gonna come to your senses like, damn, he wasn't really tripping. He can do this, and you know, I need to be with this man because he's my way out of here. But unfortunately, a lot of you are just gonna be left behind because women have literally destroyed relationships based on their emotions because they couldn't deal with the fact that the doctrine gives us the authority to have other wives or other women. When in fact, these same niggas claim to believe in the Bible and God, but when you bring out certain things that don't feel good to them, then they just throw the whole baby out with the bathwater, man. And they turn their back on you and the Most High. So you can't come back into the fold if you in that spirit. So have at it. But it says, tremble ye women that are at ease and be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins. It says they shall lament for the teats and for the pleasant fields and for the fruitful vines. Yeah. The goodies, you know, the SNAP, the benefits, the child support, the jobs. Because, hey, these chicks, man, they be having some good-ass jobs, man. You know, chicks be nurses and shit. You know, like I was in a team meeting yesterday, and it was like 90% women in there. And, you know, they got all these so-called high pristine titles and nurses this and this, that, and over that department. I mean, they're just proud as hell. But when you talk to them, they have no men at home. They're lonely. They're miserable. They sleep with fucking dogs. One chick, she got she has fucking 3 cats, man. And I'm like, why don't you just find you a husband? She said, I gotta live my life. Okay, but that same mindset is gonna get your ass left when you're ready to settle down. Nobody gonna want to settle down with you. Nobody's gonna want to be with you, man, with that mindset. Because who the fuck wants somebody that's been hoeing all throughout their 20s just when they get 35, now they want to settle down? There was a video, and I may have to play it at the end of this video, but it was a matter of fact, I'm gonna turn it into another lesson. But basically, it was a small hat that basically stated that, well, yeah, we pretty much destroyed the women in the West. We've taught them that being independent and, you know, getting their careers off point and living their lives, they don't need men. And by the time they're 35 and up, they're ready to marry when they're totally they're no good anymore. That was all part of the Kool-Aid y'all drunk. And now that it's coming back to surface, y'all don't know how to deal with it. And you deliberately withhold that out of your mind because you don't want to deal with reality. Okay? Women don't deal with reality. They can't deal with truth. They don't deal with being accountable. Right? And that's going to be their downfall. You see?
I really can't. I really can't. I can't say it. I can't say it.
Yes, the time for talk has passed. St. Kevin Samuel Titus the Great tried to save you from the alligator moat of the wall, but you and your toxic pH-balanced sisters rebuked his message. The message of St. Kevin inadvertently had another effect. He summoned the Kraken, which some of you might know as the Berserker. This man cannot be reasoned with, forced or shamed into marriage or even long-term cohabitation contracts with subpar, high body count masculine women. Only women that call the kitchen home and keep their tenderloin under careful management can be considered for long-term positions.
He's funny as hell, man. But I ain't gonna play too much because I don't want to get a copyright strike. But anyway, this is the book of 2nd Esdras 16, and I'm gonna start at verses 33, and it says, and the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, which is men. And the women shall mourn, having no husbands. And their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. And in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Okay, and by default, that's going to leave the men of the Most High left out here, man, with all these women trying to come under our harem, because for the simple fact, we're going to have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and we're going to have that glow to us, and, you know, Lord's will, we have that power, okay, to be able to fend off any type of attacks, and this power is going to be witnessed on a whole nother scale. So Keisha's going to come running up, her hood rats, and brothers, we're going to have to decipher through a lot of these women, bro. You're going to have to really be very, very picky in that day, because a lot of them going to come with other kids. They're going to come with other, it's going to be it's going to be chaotic, man. And it's happening already. All right. But it says, hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. And behold, the word of Yahweh, receive it, and believe not the gods who the world, believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. But behold, the plagues draw nigh, and they're not slacking. Things are getting ready to take a turn for the left. Okay, brothers, women, they're watching. Trust me. Just because they ain't reaching out or saying anything to you, they're watching, man. Okay, they're watching. And trust me, it's just a matter of time before they make their shot or shoot their shot. Okay, you're going to have old flings that's going to pop up, you know, to try to give their apologies. You're going to have people that's reaching out from your past. Hey, man, can we just work it out? Can we meet somewhere? Can we talk? You know, X, Y, Z, man. And it's up to you to fall for that trick or not. But me personally, hey, they're going to have to jump through a lot of hoops, man, you know, if the Lord grants us with that opportunity. Because remember how they did the men of the Lord, all right? We ain't talking about these Pookies and Ray Rays who did, like that chick. She was probably crying over a grimy nigga, you know, probably got several options. You know what I'm saying? Probably no stable income. You know, you just got the look, got the talk. And, you know, he played with her fucking mind, man. And then, you know, he left her. And now she's upset. Versus if that was a brother, she would have jumped all on. She would have played the man to the left. So, you know, hey, the Lord got a good way of recompensing people for their ways, called karma. By Isaiah 4:1, and I'm going to read in the New Living Testament. And it says, in that day, so few men would be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us be taken by your name so we won't be mocked as old maids, man. All right? Because a lot of these men, they're just going to flat out die. Okay, a lot of these men are going to be put to death in the streets because the Heavenly Father is just clearly not with them. 2/3 of our people are going to die here. Okay, so by default, that's going to lead the man of the Most High. So it's finna be real crazy out here in a minute. And Isaiah 4:1 will take place on this side. Don't listen to what Nate is telling you. Oh, that's going to be in the kingdom. No. Okay, the purpose of Isaiah 4:1 is based on the bringing back the nation of Israel and the elect, man. I mean, because the women that ultimately makes it with us, they're going to be part of the elect, or they're going to be part of that multitude, that great multitude. And we have to have women in the kingdom because a lot of jigs are going to die. We have to bring our nation back. So they're only with you off the sole purpose of being delivered. And that's not going to be a whole lot. So like Apostle Tar said, he said, most of these women in America, they're going to die. We're going to get women from the other nations. So keep that in mind, bro. So with that, matter of fact, just one more precept and I'll end it. Isaiah 3, and I'm going to start at verses 24. And it says, and it should come to pass, instead of sweet smell, there should be stink, and instead of a girdle of rent, and instead of well-set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomach of girding of sackcloth and burning, instead of beauty. And thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in war, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she shall be desolate and shall sit upon the ground. All right, so this is just where we're at eventually. Let's do this real quick. Just look up this not cross references, go to text commentaries, see what he says. Yep, see, this is perfect. It says, in that day 7 women should take hold of one man, saying we will eat our own food and wear our own apparel. and let us be called by your name to take away our reproach. And it says, in that day, as a result of the judgments of the Lord, detailed in Isaiah 3:16 through 26, the daughters of Zion will have few men to choose from husbands. Because their men are going to die, all right? And it says, and 7 women should take hold of 1 man. So many men shall fall by the sword. So it goes right into it. We just read that. And 7 women would chase after 1 man. They would be so desperate for marriage that it says that would not expect their husbands to provide for them at all. It says we would eat our own food and wear our own apparel because, hey, these women making money head over fist. Nurses, doctors, lawyers, okay, women of so-called high class in this society, they all finna come. And it says, only let us be called by your name. And instead, it will only be enough to simply take the name of a husband so that it would take away the reproach of being unmarried and childless. But in a broader sense, this shows that it is not good for women to be desperate for marriage. It says they may marry unwisely, but the point being is the fact that these are going to be the men of the Lord. Okay, you may have women that may run to other guys, but that's not, they're going to be destroyed. Okay, this is talking about the men of the Most High, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, not the 2/3, man. All right, so with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. Lord, will you edify to the next lesson.